There is a false doctrine that states that being on planet Earth during the 3.5-year Great Tribulation means that you will necessarily get persecuted. First of all, remember that Christians get raptured during the Post-Tribulation Rapture. Obviously, those Christians did not get killed, or they would not have been alive at the time of the Post-Trib Rapture. And let's read some scriptures that prove that you might not get hurt during the Great Tribulation. Matthew 24:38 through 39 shows that marriages, parties, and feasts will be underway on the day of the post-trib rapture. Those people went all the way through the tribulation, but they did not get killed. The Antichrist did not control their part of the world. And we can see from Matthew 24:40 through 41 that certain Christians did not starve to death after refusing to take the mark of the beast. In Matthew 24:40 through 41, you can see that certain Christians were working alongside non-Christians on the day of the rapture. Those Christians had food and jobs and security on the day of the rapture. Those Christians did not suffer the personal sanctions of Revelation 13:17. If a Christian did get stuck in a dangerous part of the world, then Revelation 13:17 reveals that that Christian would not be able to buy or sell unless he had the mark of the beast. However, the Antichrist will not control the entire planet Earth. The Antichrist will not control America. I think I know why so many Christians think that the Antichrist will control everybody. It is a misinterpretation of Revelation 13:7. Revelation 13:7 reveals that the Antichrist was, quote, given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation, unquote. The Antichrist will be given authority over all people and all nations. And there is one way for that to happen. The Antichrist can become the head of the United Nations. And at the exact moment that he does so, the Revelation 13 verse 7 prophecy would come to pass. And if you are in a blessed nation, then you can have a law set up that quickly withdraws your nation from the United Nations when any head of the United Nations enters the third Jewish temple and commits the abomination of desolation that is referenced in Daniel 9:27 and Daniel 12:11 and Matthew 24:15. If America, for instance, withdraws from the United Nations the day after the Antichrist commits the abomination of desolation, then we can see that the prophecy of Revelation 13:7 was fulfilled. However, America simply withdrew from the United Nations shortly after the Antichrist was revealed. The Antichrist had authority over America for less than 24 hours. Or if the Antichrist is revealed and then he becomes the head of the United Nations, then America, or your nation, could quickly withdraw from the United Nations as soon as the guy who committed the abomination of desolation subsequently becomes the head of the United Nations. So, don't let anybody convince you that living through the Great Tribulation means that you will definitely get hurt. Read Matthew 24:20, the words of Jesus Christ. We can see in Matthew 24:20 that some people who live in certain parts of the world will actually have a chance to evacuate the danger zone. You may need to study World War II if you want to understand what World War III is going to be like. In World War II, if you were in a certain area at a certain time, then you saw war. However, American soil only saw battles in Pearl Harbor and the Aleutian Islands. Actually, Alaska and Hawaii did not join the United States until after World War II. But the point is that America went through a terrible time, but Hitler did not invade America. And the Antichrist will not invade America. America will support Israel during the last 3.5 years. We can see that from Revelation 12:14. And if you think that America could lose some battles in the Middle East, that is altogether possible. But if you think that the Antichrist would conduct a successful invasion of America, or even try it, then you simply do not understand modern warfare or the prophecies. Or perhaps you are concerned that the Antichrist will set up a crippling blockade around America by the end of the tribulation. However, in Matthew 24:40 through 41 and Luke 17:35 through 36, Jesus Christ proved that Christians and non-Christians will be working on the day of the rapture. Those people did not suffer from a crippling blockade. They were working. And people were partying on the day of the rapture in Matthew 24:38. The spirit of fear has haunted the whole subject of the post-trib rapture. And remember from 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 that God did not give us the spirit of fear. Apparently, much of the fear of the Great Tribulation has come from the false doctrine that being on planet Earth during the Great Tribulation means that you will necessarily get persecuted. And if you ever do find that you seem to be in a danger zone during the tribulation, then evacuate that danger zone. Revelation 18 verse 4, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." As you can see, God's people will be on earth during the tribulation, and many Christians will have the opportunity to evacuate their particular danger zone. In Matthew 24, verse 20, Jesus Christ simply said that you should pray that your evacuation would not occur during the winter. One way or the other, I have a feeling that some help from the Christians might be there if you do need to evacuate a danger zone. Trust in the Lord. He is your provider. Thanks to God, there will be safe zones during the tribulation. And remember that Daniel 11:41 reveals that Jordan will not remain under the control of the Antichrist. And Israel will not have to defend against a full-scale military invasion until the end of the 3.5-year tribulation. And you might want to tell your friends that this whole tribulation thing has been blown out of proportion. Anyway, I have 6 other videos on the post-trib rapture, but I think it is more important for you to watch my video, The False Elijah and the False Christ. Let us serve the Lord, and let us prepare to make war with the beast. God bless you all.